Hey Flosstube, how you going? How is everyone? Well, geez, I know. I'm sorry. It's been 3 months. I know. Did you miss me? I had so much going on. So much going on. I can't even. Really busy. And I'll tell you a little bit, but I won't go into it all too much because it's just life stuff, you know. But I hope everyone's good. I've missed you guys. So yeah, I've got a lot to show you. A lot of stitching. I've done a fair bit of stitching, but I have been busy, so I haven't done as much as you know you might think. I guess for me anyway, because I usually do a lot. Now, I'm just going to quickly tell you. You can fast forward if you don't want to hear any of this, but if you do, a lot of you seem to comment on stuff I say, so I assume you want to hear about it. I don't know. I'll just tell you anyway. You can fast forward if you like. My daughter Shelby won, this was in August, back in August, decided to enter a modelling competition. She's never modelled in her life. It was through a place called Showpo online, which is an online retail shop that she really loves. They had a competition and she decided to enter, and there was 10,000 entrants and she got in the top 10. I know, mind-blowing, isn't it? That's just amazing on its own. Then those 10 finalists were invited to Showpo headquarters, and she got to go to Sydney, and they put them up in a beautiful motel and spoilt them rotten and paid for all their food and their accommodation and did photo shoots with them. They got to bring home all the clothes they tried on. She had a fabulous time. And then there was some public voting and some choices by the people at Showpo, and they narrowed it down to the top three, and she was in the top three. So she won a trip to a tropical island for 5 days, and they told her to only pack her essentials, that she would be coming home with a suitcase full of clothes. They did modelling while they were there in the clothes and the swimmers and all of that. I think it's important for me to point out that my daughter's quite a curvy girl. She's not your average skinny mini. This particular site very cleverly does plus size models as well as thin models. So she's a curvy girl, and it was lovely to see her confidence kind of grow in herself throughout the process. So yeah, really exciting stuff. She's now with them for the next 12 months. She gets to do more modelling and gets more free stuff, and they call it, she's an ambassador. I don't really understand how it all works, but neither does she at this point. She's just rolling with it. She goes there again in November to do some more work, but she's loving it and loving the experience and loving the free clothes and having a real lot of fun with it. Just just for fun. She says she doesn't think she could do it for a living, but she thinks she'd get a bit bored with it all. But yeah, she's enjoying that. So that was really exciting. Now, also, what else have I been doing? Oh, now here's a quick rundown of September and October for you. We had a wedding. My cousin got married, so we were all invited to that. We had Shelby's 21st birthday, where we had a party here, so I had to organise the party and do all of that business. Went off really well, had a great night. It was my husband's birthday, it was my birthday, it was mine and my husband's 25th wedding anniversary, and we went away on a trip together for that, just the two of us, which was very weird because we haven't been away on our own for a trip since before the children were born, and my eldest is 23, so we've gone on weekends away and stuff, but this was like a full-blown, we were gone for 9 days and left the kids at home and left them to fend for themselves, and they were fine. I knew they would be, but that was hard. That was really hard. I don't like going away without them. Yeah, so I've had a lot on, and through it all I've been doing 50, 60-hour weeks most weeks, so it's been really crazy, really crazy busy. So I'll just quickly tell you about my trip, just very quickly. We went to what's known in Australia as the Great Ocean Road. It was something I'd always wanted to do. My husband actually wanted to take me to Hawaii, and I said, I really want to do the Great Ocean Road. I've always wanted to do it. And he said, you sure? And I went, yep, that's what I want to do. So I'm not a really good flyer either. So I love driving. I love being in the car. So off we went. Now, the Great Ocean Road is at the bottom of Australia. It's mostly, well, I think it's all in Victoria actually. Yeah, it's all in Victoria. And it's a drive of 300 and something kilometres. And it's all ocean. And it's incredible. All I can tell you is it's incredible. I am going to put some photos at the end so that you can see the trip and see some photos of our beautiful coastline. What we did was we drove down inland and we drove home up the east coast of Australia, but we did over 3,000 kilometres in 8 or 9 days. It was over 3,000 kilometres. I'm not sure exactly. It was a lot of driving. But we drove down inland, and I wanted to go to, for those of you that have watched me before, I love history. So I wanted to go to some of the country towns, gold mining towns, those sorts of places, because I know they're full of history and historic architecture and buildings. There's not a lot here in where I live around here. It's an old town, but there's not really, and I've seen that. So I wanted to go and see what was down that way. So we went through Albury and Bendigo and Ballarat, and I knew Bendigo and Ballarat had a lot of history. They're both gold mining towns. I can't tell you the trees in these places. They're lined with these giant trees. Every street, it's beautiful, and I had no idea. So it was absolutely breathtaking. These towns are so pretty, and they're so full of history, and I really, really loved it. Really, really loved it. We had a fabulous time doing that. My husband doesn't mind that stuff. Yeah, it's not like I've got to drag him kicking and screaming. He doesn't mind that stuff. So we went and did those towns, and then when we got to the bottom, we just went across, and then we came back, and then back up the east coast. So I won't go into too much. I don't want to bore you, but it was a really amazing trip. And at the end of the video, I'm going to try to put some photos and a little bit of video in, so that if you're not interested, you can just switch off. Now, what do I have? Got whips, got haul, because this will make you laugh. I actually planned in 3 cross-stitch shops on my trip. I was like, oh, we're going to be going past that one, and if we just chuff a little bit over that way, we can go past that one. And my husband was so good about it, because he actually said to me the first day, he said, so I guess we're stopping at Mittagong, are we? Because Mittagong, there's a cross-stitch shop there where I went for the retreat last year, and he knows there's a shop there. He's took me there once before, and he said, so I'm guessing you want to stop there? And I was like, yeah, it'd be great, thanks. So he was really good about it. He didn't care. He just sat in the car and read the paper while I went in there. So yeah, so I've got a bit of haul from a few shops or 2 shops that I went to. I couldn't make it to the 3rd one, but I'll explain that when I'm talking about the haul. I got my whips. I have one little finish, one little small one, because as you know, I'm working on big projects at the moment, so I've only got, but I did do one little one. What else? Oh, I picked up a couple of things in an antique shop that I thought you might be interested to look at. And I will talk about a giveaway at the end. Now, I have hit 1,500 subscribers, and until today, I didn't realise, because I have been so busy. I haven't been on, I haven't been watching, I've been watching Flosstube, but I haven't been watching my channel. I just wasn't keeping tabs on it because we were away and I was busy, and I didn't realise that I clicked over 1,500. So I will do a giveaway, but it will be in the next video. I did buy a few things while I was away to go in that giveaway, but I haven't organised that yet. So next video, which hopefully won't be 3 months away. I'd like it to be a month away, but hey, I ain't making no promises. Yeah, so we might start with whips. I'll start with my big whip, I think. I'll start with my big whip. Now, this whip, which, you know, you've all seen, that I started, I mean, I was missing a big piece. I was missing working on a big piece. I tried this year just to do smaller things and finish a lot. And I said to you guys, you know, like, I'm just missing it. I just have to, because that's all I'd really ever done before. I can't put it down. Seriously, I could not put it down. This last 3 months, I've spent a lot of time on it, and I've really, really enjoyed it, and that's all I can really say about it. I have worked on other stuff, but I'm constantly dragging myself away from this. It's all I want to do. So yeah, you know, big pieces are my thing. I love them. I really love them. And yeah, I don't know what else to say except that you're really just going to be seeing a lot of this, I think. Sorry. But it's all I want to work on. I could literally pack everything else away right now and not touch it, and I know I would be happy. I know I would. And I know a lot of you are just going, no way, no way. But I really would. I love working on big things. So it's been really a struggle for me to kind of make myself put it away and work on other stuff. So if that struggle continues, I'm just going to stop struggling basically and just roll with it and work on it, because that's what's making me happy and that's what's bringing me joy. And you know, I always tell you, stitch what brings you joy. So yeah, I don't know what else to say about it, but I have done quite a bit on it, and it's massive and it's bulky and it's really difficult to show, so bear with me, guys. I'll try and show you how big it is, because I don't think I actually did that last time. So it goes from there over to there, but I won't need the whole width. I think I can chop off about that much with my 3-inch border over here. Like, I think I'll be able to chop off a bit of fabric. But so I've done 3 pages. I think I'd done a half a page the last time that you guys saw it. I think I was up to about a half a page. So I've now done, just get the threads out the way, I've now done 3 pages and a bit, as you can see, in the time since you saw it last. I'll try and get it in there a bit. Is it in? There we go. All right, so that's where I'm at. I'm absolutely loving it on the 25 count 1/1. It's much better than the 14 count Ada. The details a lot prettier and a lot more, it's finer. I don't really know how to, it's more delicate, I guess is a good word to describe it. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Can you see? Yeah. So if I pull it back, you can see. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I just love it. I love working on it. I just want to work on it all the time. Don't really have anything else to tell you about it. What I have been doing since I started is I've been gridding, because you can't really see. No, you can't see the gridding. There is gridding on there in the gold sulky thread that I use. Excuse me. I've been gridding probably 4 rows down of the page and stitching that in, and then gridding another 4 rows and stitching that in. And that's how I've worked down, so that I'm not gridding forever. I've just gridded a page, but as I've progressed down it, I'm doing a bit each time and a bit each time. As I need to park, I'm adding more gridding. Oh, it's so much better. And once I finish the whole page, then I pull out that whole page of gridding. So I don't have gridding all over my work, and I'm really enjoying that, and just gridding a little bit at a time, so it's not time consuming and I don't feel like I'm sitting there for an hour doing a whole page of gridding. I'm just doing a little bit and then stitching it and then a little bit more. So it's not as cumbersome and not as annoying and not as time consuming. It doesn't feel like it is anyway. So I'll give you one more quick look at that. I'm so excited about this piece. It's going to take me forever, but yeah, I'm really, really loving that. So I've worked on that a lot. I really have. But yeah, you know, stitch what makes you happy. Isn't that right? I'll just put that down on the floor because it's huge. Whippet number 2. Now I have stitched on this. It's not that I haven't stitched on anything. I have stitched on this and I did get a bit done. I think the last time I showed you, sorry it's all creased because I couldn't be bothered. Wasn't that I didn't have time, I just couldn't be bothered. So I have done, now what, oh gosh, doesn't it look nice on here? Oh, I might have to snapshot that. Oh. Okay, so I'd done all the middle section, I think, the last time. And I think, how am I going to do this? I think, let me just get a hold of it. I had come over and I had done along the bottom here, probably the bottom half of the apple across, and I've filled in some more leaves over here, and I've done this big leaf up here and all the top of that section, all across the top basically of that, plus some more over here. But oh, I still really, really love this piece. I really do. It's so awesome. And you can see there, like, it just looks real. It looks real. It's so good to work on. And this linen, the Belfast linen, oh, I love working on that too. It's really pretty. It's a 32 count, so I'm doing it 2/2 on the Belfast, but it's got that real cheesecloth. If you haven't seen this before, just for anyone that hasn't seen this before, it looks like muslin, like cheesecloth, and that's what I wanted because I wanted to hang it in the kitchen. It's a kitcheny looking thing, I think. And I have this thing with fruit. I find myself often looking at patterns that have fruit in them. I don't really understand what that's about, but I must really like fruit. I don't know why. I don't know why. I've got no idea why, but I really like it. Do you think that's nice? I really like it. So now I'll just show you the picture of what I've got left, because I haven't got a lot left to do on this. It stitched up pretty quick. I've only got to do this part now, that part there, and I'm done. So it's nearly done. So hopefully the next time you see me, nah, maybe not the next time. Man, don't go putting any pressure on yourself. Who knows? It might be done, it might not. There you go. Yeah. So I've only got a little bit to go on that, and I'm really excited to finish it. I was going to do the plums next, because I've got one in plums, and I've got one in raspberries, I think, or strawberries or something like that. And I was going to continue on and finish the 3 and then frame them. But I don't know. I have so many things I want to stitch aside from my big piece, but I only want to do my big piece and really 1 or 2 other things at a time. I don't want to over, you know, I can't. I just can't do more than 1 or 2 things at a time, but I do want to have something else to show every time I film. So I have to make myself just do a little bit of stitching on something else, just so that when I comes to me doing my videos, I'm not just showing you that one whip. That would just be totally boring, and you know, I don't want my videos to be like that. So yeah, I am gonna try and talk a bit and have something else to talk about. So that's apples. Now, if you're interested in this, because every time somebody sees it or I show it, I get a ton of comments. So in my last video, I explained how to order that, how to find that online. It's a little bit difficult, but you can get it. So if you're interested in that, go back and watch the last one if you haven't already seen it, and you'll see how to find that. Now, I did work a little bit on my Enchanted Mermaid. See, I've done it. I've done a bit on some stuff. I've done a bit on other things, but just not as much as I would have. No, my plan was to work on the big piece for 2 weeks, a week on apples and a week on this, and that didn't really happen. I think for 2 months I only stitched on that big one. So, yeah. So this is Enchanted Mermaid. But when I got back into her, I was just like, yeah, I really like this, but, you know, I didn't work on her for very long. because then we went away. I think I was working on her just before we went away on our trip, so I ended up putting her away. And so yeah, this is what I've done. So I had done along that bottom big sort of section before, but now I've come up the sides. So I've done all this lighter colour up here and all this pretty green, which is so pretty. All that pretty green. And most of the skin. I'd only done a tiny little patch of skin when you saw her last, just to have a go at the 1/1. Holy moly, it's going to take me forever. And I've done that bit there as well, which backwards. This bit here as well, which is all Krennic, mostly Krennic. And yeah, I'm putting the beads in it. When I was stitching on this last time, I found it really, I don't know, I found it kind of hard skipping all the spots where the beads have got to go, because she's so heavily beaded. There's a lot of holes and gaps and breaks where you've got to leave space for beading. And I'm starting to think that maybe I should just bead it as I go. I don't know. Because and I don't have I have a couple of packets of beads, but I hadn't really bought the beads because I thought I was going to do them all at the end. But I'm kind of thinking that I really want to bead as I go. So I haven't made a decision on that yet. But I don't know if I can show you that skin because it's amazing. Can you see? Not really. But yeah, as much as it's a pain in the backside and bloody frustrating, because you stitch for ages and it's like you've done this little tiny bit. But it's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. And yeah, I'm really happy with how she's coming along. I'm just not getting the progress, because like I said, I just can't put the other one down. Don't know what else to say. Can't put the other one down. Okay, so that's my 3 main whips. They're my 3 main whips that I work on. Now, when we were going away on our trip, I said to my husband, he said, "Oh, you're going to take some stitching?" And I said, "Yeah, I am going to take some, but I really wasn't expecting that I would get to stitch much, and I didn't." But I thought, oh, what am I going to take? I didn't want to take any of those big things that I have to cart a ton of stuff. And I just sort of thought, oh, I'll just take some small things, some little things to work on, because if I do want to pull something out, I didn't want to, you know what I'm saying. So what I did was I had ordered and bought, I think I showed you these. I bought a couple of little, Christmas ornaments. I wanted to have a go at making some Christmas ornaments for the kids and make a little tree. So I had these ready to go, and I thought, well, it is October, Teresa, maybe you might want to think about starting those. I don't even know if I'm going to have them done for Christmas though, because they're very quick to stitch up, but I have to learn how to make pillows, and I don't sew, and I don't have a sewing machine, and I want to make these into little cushions like this one to hang on a little wooden white tree that I'm going to find in a shop somewhere. I am. So I've got to, I'm going to stitch them, but whether I get them finished for this Christmas, I don't know. And now that I've got home, I'm finding it really hard I kind of thought while I was away, when I get home, I'm just going to stitch these because they won't take long, and I'll stitch them and I'll get them done. I want to get them all done for Christmas, and I was all in that mode. But since I've got home, I'm just finding that I'm not really interested. I'm not really driven to keep finishing them. And I've found, because I've just had a couple of days off work and today's my RDO, and I didn't stitch much this weekend. I did other things. I did stuff around the house, and I worked outside in the gardens, and I thought, oh, I don't feel like stitching. And I think this is why, because they're not really, whereas I think if I'd pulled out my big piece, yeah, I'd have found it hard to drag myself away from that. So, I don't know. I don't know what you'll see next time. No plans. Don't know. Don't even know if I'll work on them anymore or if I'll pack them away. But this one, I have finished. Took me no time at all. I don't know, probably about 8 or 10 hours of stitching. So I finished that one when I got home. So I did work on it a little bit while I was away. And he'll be so proud of me because I changed some colours. I didn't use what it said to use. I was so proud of myself because I don't like doing that. It scares me a bit. But I did in this. His hat had a green strip across the green ribbon or whatever you want. I made it red because I like the red better. And I used some silk. So the red is the Buckeye Scarlet that Nicole, Buckeye Stitcher, hi Nicole, that she sent me. So I thought it was a really pretty Christmas red. So I just used that instead of the DMC one. There is all silks for this if you want to do it in silks. But what else did I use? I think the others I used all the called for. But I used the red silk. And oh man, I love stitching with silks. Oh, they're so good. But that's super cute. So that's one my daughter picked because she's very in love with a boyfriend, you know. So she wanted something all sooky la la. That's what we say here, sooky la la. So yeah, she picked that one. So I'll finish that, and I am going to make this into a cushion, even though on here it's an ornament. And I believe Bonner did this for Country Cottage Needleworks. I believe that's Bonner's work there. But I'm not going to do that. I want to do, like I said, all cushions. So I've got to figure out how to finish that. Now I know Ginger Gerald Stitcher has a tutorial on how he does them because he does them by hand, and I have watched that and it's really good, and I'll probably just follow what he's done. But I'm not really into finishing things. That's why I usually just stick stuff in frames, because that crafty part of it, I don't really enjoy that because I don't think I'm very good at it. And if Bonner lived in Australia, I would send them to her and get her to finish them for me, but it's just too far. It's just crazy to send them across the other side of the world, and I worry about something happening to them and them getting lost and damaged and all that. So yeah, if there was somebody close by that could do them, I would send them, but I don't know anyone that does all that sort of stuff. So yeah, so that's the one I'm working on now, the Grandpa's Pickup. Shelby's boyfriend Sam picked this one for him. This is the one he wanted. So I have started that. That's what I was working on yesterday. See how much I got done in a day? Yeah. That's not me. I always stitch more than that, especially on the weekends. Like I would stitch heaps more than that. And that's all I got done all day yesterday. I just wasn't really feeling it. So I think I might just pack it up. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, so I've worked on those. Now also while I was away, this will make you smile because it makes me smile every time I pull it out. I got out because I use this as a travel piece. My mum's, do you remember my mum's, what was it? The Golden Gate Bridge. Do you remember when the video that I talked about my mum? I think it's number 5. Video if you want to go watch if you haven't seen it, because everybody laughs about it, where my mum thought that she was buying me some cross stitch and she came home with this for me with the needle point. Remember that? So what I do is I leave this in this little bag, and if I'm ever going anywhere, like when my daughter was in hospital, or you know, if I'm just going in the car, or when Jed was playing footy, I would take it and sit in the car and do it. So it's kind of become a bit of a travel piece because I really don't enjoy working on it. And I should just sit and finish it and get it done, but I don't. I just shove it, and it's good because when I am going somewhere just for the day or something, I just pick it up and take it with me, and if I get a chance to work on it, I work on it. It might only be 10 minutes, so it's taken me forever to do it. But I did take this away and I did work on it a little bit. So I got the water finished, and I got all that light green there done, that sort of lighter green up in here, and that darker green. I hate doing this because it's backwards. That darker green, little spots of dark green over there and along the top of the water there. So I got a little bit done on it, but I'm changing the hills in the background because they're like a beigey colour, but I'm doing them in this lighter green. I made them the lighter green because I just think brown, And I've actually looked at photos and I couldn't see any brown. I could only see like hills with trees behind it. So I thought, no, I'll do that. And then I've got it. Oh, and I did the seagull too, who's like very ginormous compared to the bridge, isn't he? It's a little bit out of proportion there. But yeah, I put him in, stitched him in. And now all I've got to do, I think I might have done the grey rope cable things too. And then all I've got to do is the sky. Once I fill in this light green here, then all I've got to do is the sky. And then it's finished. And yeah, she'll love it. I'm going to give it to my mum because it's just, I've got such a fun memory of the two of us just cracking up laughing because she had no idea what she was buying. But if you want to hear the story, I'm not telling it again. It's number 5. I think you can go back and have a look at that. So I worked on that a little bit while I was away. Now, I think that's all my whips done. Yes. Oh, yes. Now, I've got to show you haul. What I bought. So if you're not interested in haul, that's pretty much all I've got this time around. I didn't really have anything else that I needed to tell you, and I didn't have any questions that I wanted to ask. No, I didn't. No, I think I'm good. So we're going to get into haul. Now, when we went on the trip, like I said, I just factored in a couple of stops on the way. I actually put something up on Facebook asking in the Aussie Facebook group if anyone knew where there was any shops. So I knew about Mittagong, and I knew that was my first stop on our first day, 3 hours drive from my house, so straight there I went. Now, at Mittagong, I got some stuff there. Now, oh yeah, this. I have always wanted this. I have looked at it and looked at it for years and years. It's been around a long time. Can you see that? And I know there's people stitching this on Facebook. I have seen it. I love it. And I always, in the back of my mind, I think knew that one day I would stitch it, but I don't need to buy it now because, you know, it's going to be a long time before I get to it. But it's always been in the back of my mind, this piece. And when I saw it at Mittagong, I just went, oh, you know what? I'm going to buy that and just put it in my stash because, you know, maybe it won't be available when I do want to stitch it. So, and because it's always been sort of hanging in the back of my mind, I just thought, oh, I'm just going to buy it. And my mum gave me money for my birthday, so I was cashed up. I was like, yeah. So I had the money, so I thought, you know, I'm going to buy that. Now, I did get some patterns for my giveaway, which I'm not going to show you. What have I got? How many? And I haven't decided what I'm going to do with them yet, but yeah, I can show you that way. Haha, they're all going in my giveaway. I'm not going to show you the front yet. That's for the next video. But I just got, they were very cheap. They were like $5 each or something. They were all reduced on a reduced table. So I just went through and found some that I thought were nice that people might like to stitch. And I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to individually ask who wants these and then do like a random thing for each one and post them individually, or whether I'm just going to heap them all into the giveaway. Maybe you could tell me what you prefer. Would you prefer that I just throw them all into the giveaway and whoever wins the giveaway gets all of them? Or would you like me to individually ask if you want one and do a random generator so that more people have got a chance of getting something? I don't know. I'll see what you think of that, because that, yeah, I'm a bit undecided about what to do there. I bought this one. Now, I've already got 2 of these for the Mill Hill Winter Series Christmas Village. I've already shown you 2 that I bought. So I added another one, which is, what's it called? Victorian House, I think. Yeah. Victorian House. They're just really cute. I really like these, but I'm not stitching them on the, you know, this stuff, this plasticky stuff. I'm doing these as cushions and putting them in with my Christmas ornaments. But you get everything in the kit. You get the beads, the little charm and all the threads. So I got another one of those. So I'm actually really keen to start one of these houses because I think Claire was stitching one. Claire from Pyrex Stitches, but just stitching one at the moment. And I've been watching her going, oh, I really want to start one of them. So I may put these away and start one of these. I don't know. I don't know. There's just not enough time. Not enough time, and I don't know if I'm into it enough at the moment with this big piece going on. I don't know. But yeah, I will eventually get to that because I think they're really, really sweet. I love them. And they're all kind of house type things or shops. And I really like little mini houses like that. I think they're cute. So I got that. What else did I get? I got some needles because I needed more needles. And I got these. Now, like I said, I'm no sewer Flosstube. I have no idea. But I saw these. They were $2.50 for a card. And they have all this on them. So I'm figuring that I can use these around the edge of my cushions. And if they're thin, like this one up here is quite thin, then maybe I can plait it or something like that. But they were $2.50 for a card. So I was pretty excited, and I'm just going to grab them and put them in my stash. They'll come in handy for something. And this one, not necessarily for Christmas pieces, but I've got a mermaid piece that I'm going to do. A little, I think it's blackbird designs, maybe? I don't know, I've shown it in a previous video, but I thought they might be nice to go on on the edging of the little cushion I want to make out of that. And this one had a nice Christmassy red in it. Some other pretty colours. So I just thought, oh, you know, for $2.50, I'm going to grab them. And I'm just going to shove them in the cupboard, in my cross-stitch cupboard. They'll come in handy for something one day, I reckon. But geez, I thought they were good value for that. Because there's a fair bit of stuff on them. So I got them. Now, the other thing that I bought there, and I went a little bit nuts. I really did. But I had the money, so I just thought, oh, what the hell. So I won't go through them all individually, but Mittagong has silks. And I love silks. And I don't have a lot of silks. I don't have many. I've really only got what I used for Smith Sampler. I had silks for that I used for that piece. And beyond that, I really didn't have a lot of silks. And I found a project for my mum. I think I showed you it in the last video, or the video before maybe, which was this. It's the cricket collection, and it's the beach one. And I wanted to do this for my mum for the bay where we go on holidays. So we've got a van, an on-site van in a park up at Fingal Bay, and I wanted to do this piece for my mum. Now, it really caught my attention and I really loved it, and I actually really loved it for the pastel-y look of it. But the more I've looked at it, the more I've gone, it really seems to get lost. You can't really even see what that says, you know what I mean? Like the H, you can hardly see it. And I know up close you can, because they had this stitched at Mittagong, so I got to see it stitched. And you can up close, but when you get away from it a bit, you can't read the word. And I kind of went, they got silks at Mittagong. I might see if I can pick out some. And to me, that's not beach colours. It's certainly not Australian beach colours. Australian beach colours are more turquoise and really blue and really green and those sorts of colours. And I just thought, no, I'm going to change it up. How good am I going on changing this one too? Huh? Getting all confident. So I grabbed a ton of colours and I just started throwing them in my little basket. And, you know, I'm walking around and I'm picking out, there was Weeks Dye Works. What have I got in here? Weeks Dye Works and Gentle Arts. You know, and I'm picking up things like this. Deep Sea. It's actually green. It looks blue on here, but it's green. It's really turquoisey green. But anyway, you know, I'm picking these up. Oh, Deep Sea Blue. Yeah, throw that in. Throw that in. I'm chucking all this stuff in my basket. She gave me this little basket to put everything in. And when I got to the counter, she said to me, So you know that these are $4.50 each, or they're $4 something each. And I just went, yeah, that's okay. $100 later for thread. I didn't realise how many I had. She obviously realised, and she knew how much it was going to be, so she was kind of giving me this little, are you sure about this? Yeah, it's all good. Chuck them in. So I ended up spending $100 pretty much on silks, but I do have some pretties. I have lots of pretties in here. And now that I am getting a little bit more confident, even just with the Christmas ornaments, the Christmas pieces, I grabbed a few greens and reds for Christmas. And yeah, I just grabbed whatever I thought, might be nice in Mum's project. So that's what's left over, what I didn't use yet. But I quickly, while I was away, I was so excited. You go to the shop and you get your goodies. And when we got back to the room that night, I'm pulling it all out and looking at it all. And these were the 5 colours that I have chosen for the lettering. So they're still soft because I still want it to have that kind of soft look. But I think these will be much brighter and you'll be able to see them. And I'm doing it on this fabric. So I haven't completely decided yet, but that's kind of the way I'm leaning. So this is actually more of a sandy colour. It looks white, but it's not. It's a really sandy. It looks more like the colour of sand. So that's why I picked that one. And this one's very sandy too. But I just tried to pick colours that I thought would look nice on my fabric, because this fabric is beautiful and it's got sparkles in it. I was going to use this for Enchanted Mermaid, but now I'm going to use it for this because I think it'll be beautiful. Yeah. So I'm messing around with that. I haven't really decided yet, but I really wanted to do that for her for Christmas. And Christmas is fast approaching, guys, and I haven't even started it, and I really don't know if I want to. So it might be next year. I don't know, I'm just not feeling it right now. All I want to do is stitch on my big piece. I don't know. Anyway, so also while I was there, I saw this one. So I grabbed this one too. This is the Christmas one. And see again, like there's not really, except for Santa's hat on the S there, there's no red in it. And I have some nice reds now, but I just wanted to mess around with colours and play around. And something like this, I feel confident doing it because it's not going to matter. It's not going to hurt anything. If it's on something like this, like there's no way I would change colours on something like that. I would never attempt that. I'm not, you change hair and all that business. No way. Not a clue what I'm doing. But with something like this, I don't really think I can mess that up too bad. So I'm going to try changing some colours around on this one too, I think. And now that I've got all of these pretty colours to play with, I can mess around. So I know I'll use them, but holy moly. I kind of walked out the door going, holy shit. But hey, it was my birthday money, so I spent it. And it's gone now, and it's in beautiful, pretty silks, and I'm happy with that. I'm fine with that. So, yeah, I didn't have a problem with it really. It was just all at once, I guess. But the thing is, and this is my major issue, and I've talked about this before, is when you go to shops and you can walk in and you can pick up threads, and I had the fabric with me and I'm laying them on the fabric going, would that look nice on this fabric? I don't get to do that. Everything I buy has to be bought online, and it was so nice to be in a shop, and I got so carried away because I was just like, this is so good. It's so good to be able to pick up your fabric and lay your threads on it and just go, yeah, that doesn't look good, that matches, rather than buying them online and getting them and waiting weeks for them, and then they arrive and then they're not right, or the fabric's not right, or it was so good I was so excited to be in the shop and picking things up and holding them in my hand, and I just got a bit carried away. But anyway. And I also got these to use for my Christmas ornaments to tie on the top for the ribbon. And they were really reasonably priced too. So I grabbed those too. So I thought, yeah, they'll come in handy. If I ever manage to learn how to sew a pillow, I'll be set. Now, that was all that I got at Mittagong. That was all, mind you. Yeah, cost me a fortune, but anyway. Now, then I went to a place called, when we went to Ballarat, which was a gold mining town, there was a place there called Sovereign Hill, which was like walking into a village town type thing from 150 years ago. 150, 170 years ago. So from around the 1850s, 1860s, when the gold rush was happening down there. What they'd actually done, it blew my mind. If you're not into history, it will bore you stupid, but I loved it because they'd actually taken a photo of the town, of the street, the main street, and all the shops and the theatre and the post office and the bank and those sorts of things. And then on the top of this hill, they have completely built it exactly the same. It's exactly the same as the shops were 150, 170 years ago. And not only are the shop fronts there, but you can walk into these places and they're done the same way. The theatre is completely built with the old-fashioned carpet and wallpaper and the ornate ceilings and a big chandelier, and you can walk around in it, inside it. Like, I loved it. I absolutely, you can imagine. I was like a big kid in this, because it's really for kids, I think, sort of. And I was loving it, probably more than the kids were. And they had like, I'll put some photos up, but they had like a shop front for a lady's shop. But instead of it being clothes like we wear, it was the clothes they wear and the parasols and it was all decked out like a real shop. And you could actually buy things in the shop. When you went into the men's part, they had the men's top hats for sale and the canes and the suits and the clothes. It was all for sale. You could buy it. It was so awesome. So we had a great lot of fun walking around in there. We really did. Now, I found these in there that I just want to quickly show you because I love little things like this, little vintagey things. Now, there's mints in there that I'm going to eat. But I wanted the tins to put beads in because I thought they'd be really cute. So when I'm working on little Mill Hill kits or something, I'm going to shove, you know how they mix all the beads up and they're not separated? So I'm just going to throw them in little tins like this, and then I can keep them in the bag, in the project bag. Aren't they cute? I've got another one too, but it's in my work bag. I forgot to get it out, and it's a lemons one. And these are actually from France. They were selling them in one of the shops. So I bought 3 of those to use for my stitching. So I got those. And in the ladies' wear shop, I found this bag, and I wasn't leaving without it. How cute's that? Yes, it's very cute. So I bought that, and all my cross-stitch stuff was in. Every time I went cross-stitch shopping, I was throwing whatever I found into that to carry around. It was really cute, I thought. So I bought that. Nice little cross-stitch bag. Now, the other shop I went to was this one. It was in a place called Berry, and it was called Sew and Tell. If you're around anywhere down that way, brilliant shop. This shop had everything. It wasn't just for cross stitch. It had all your sewing stuff, all your craft stuff for whatever craft you're into. It had it. Not scrapbooking, but everything sewing wise, it had it. So, you know, it had fabric. It had all your little bits and pieces for your. I'll show you some things that I bought. You'll see what I mean. But it had everything, like lots of different things, and it was just really cool to walk around in. I did get a Q-snap. I got a 6x6 because I don't have any small ones. I've only got the big ones, like I had my snowman on, so I thought I'd get some of these for my little ornaments to stitch them on, because that'll be a lot easier to hold on to. I got some fabric. I love these fabrics. These are for my Christmas ornaments, I think. Unless I find something else to use them for, but I think I'll use these for Christmas ornaments. There's another one in here, just excuse me. What's that one? I don't have my glasses on. Cashel linen. I'm not going to take them out of the packets. It's just grey linen. Twilight blue linen. I don't, 32 count. Another sort of greyish, greenish colour that you can't really see because the light's so bright up here. I had to sit up here again today because it's really overcast outside, and downstairs it was just too dark. And a nice beigey green as well. But I just picked them up. They were really reasonably priced for the pieces. I think I paid $12, $10 and $20 for a thicker piece. But yeah, I just thought they're handy, aren't they? Especially if I'm going to do these little Christmas things eventually. It doesn't matter if I don't finish them this year, does it? Haha, you all understand, don't you? I don't have to explain myself to you, do I? Not at all. You get it. It's in my stash. It's in my stash. And I don't have a lot of stash, so it's nice just to have some bits. And I found these little Christmas bells. So they had all this kind of stuff in there, crafty stuff that I don't even have a shop in town here that sells this stuff. I have nothing. So, and I got this one for my beach one for my mum. Thought I might put a few of these on, and they're glittery too. You probably can't tell, but they've got glitter on them, and I love me blings, so I grabbed those too. I might throw a few of them on Mum's piece. And I also picked up these, which I hadn't seen before. These are Mill Hills too. They're called Tiny Treasured Diamond Beaded Kit with Treasures. So I grabbed a couple of more. That's a reindeer one. And they're a different shape too, so I thought that would be cool to have some with a different shape. And they've got some little beads, and it's all in there, everything you need. And again, it's these ones, they were on fabric, so that's good. I won't have to find a piece of fabric for them. They've already got fabric in them. And this one is Santa. So they were really cute, I thought. $16.95. There you go, if you want to know how much I paid. Yeah, and there was a lot of different ones, and they had a big wall, and it was all decked out with these, all sewn, all like done, hanging on with all Christmas wreaths, and it looked really pretty, and I got a bit excited about that and thought, yeah, I'm going to grab a couple of them. So I grabbed them. Then I grabbed some red fabric, and by fabric I mean normal fabric, sewing fabric. It's scary, isn't it? Fancy letting me loose with sewing. This was $5, and it's a nice big piece. And I just got Christmas red that I'm just going to back some of the... I don't know if I'll back them all with this. I don't know. But yeah, I just thought some Christmas red fabric. They didn't have anything patterned that I really liked. They didn't really have much for Christmas, so I just thought I'll just get the red. I can add that, put that in my stash. You never know. Now that's it. That's all my haul, I think. That's it. I'm done. Wow, that was big. Oh, one more thing. Okay, now here's me getting carried away again. I tend to just have a quick drink because I'm really thirsty. When we were in a couple of these country towns, they all had antique shops everywhere, and my husband and I both love looking around antique shops. So that was something that, you know, we were quite happy to do together. And I said to my husband on the trip, before we found any shops, I said to him, I'm looking for an antique shop. I want a tin. I want some sort of tin, because I've seen you guys, you've all got, a lot of people on Instagram and Flosstube and that have a tin that they stick their needle minders on. So I wanted some sort of tin. I just wanted to go and, you know, look around some of these shops and see what I could find. So I'll show you what I actually was after first and what I got. Because this was the piece de resistance for me. This was the one that, this was what I had in my head. This was what I wanted. Exactly what I was looking for. The plan was to come home with one tin. Yeah. So this is the one that I found first, that I was really happy with. It's super cute and it's very vintage looking. So it was exactly what I was looking for. Isn't that really nice? I loved this. And I had to dig and, you know, pull it out of this mess. But anyway, it's in pretty good shape too inside. Look at that. I don't know how old it is. I've got no idea. I couldn't tell you. I didn't care. It was what I was looking for. So I picked that up. I said to my husband, I've got it. I found it. So I'm going to, you know, get my needle minders here. And I'm going to stick them on the tin. And that's what I'm going to use it for. You know, just a place to store and something that would look pretty that I could sit out so I could look at my needle minders. You know, a lot of you have got like the big tray flat thing, you know, but I wanted something like this because I thought then if I really needed to, I could put them inside it and, you know, put them away. But anyway, that was in my head, that's what I wanted. So I picked this up. I was happy. I said to my husband, I've got what I wanted. I've got what I come for. Let's just have a wander around. Well, my husband kept finding me more tins. What about this tin? What about this tin? Oh, look at this tin. He kept coming and finding me because we both split off in this place. Was massive. You should have seen it. It had like 30-something stalls in this one building. It was ridiculous. We were in there for hours and hours, and he kept finding me more tins, and he's going, what about this one? And I'm going, oh, yeah, that one's... And they were all lovely, and then I ended up coming out with a ton of tins. I don't even know what I'm going to do with them. So I thought I'd show you, because you know, a lot of you guys are interested in, you know, repurposing and that kind of thing. So yeah, I got that one, right. That was what I went for. Then he found me this poor thing that's been to hell and back, which I love because it's really been used by somebody. And I know this is from somewhere in America, I think, Whitman's, isn't that an American chocolate company? I think it is. Anyway, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm just assuming. But it had kind of like cross-stitch feel to it. Can you see? So he found me that one, and it was just so worn and banged up that I loved that. I loved the look of that. So I brought that one home with me. That was number 2. Hang on. And Sovereign Hill that we went to, where I bought the bag, that was all the, you know, the old town. He found this. So this is a Sovereign Hill tin. And I went, oh yeah, I'm taking that home for sure. And you can see on here, they melted gold there. We got to watch them melt gold. We got to watch them bake. We got to watch them make lollies, candy that you would call it. So that's just, and we got to do gold panning, and my husband found some gold. He was very excited. I couldn't get him away from there. He was panning at tiny little flecks of gold he's brought home that he found when he went gold panning. So that was fun. So that just kind of reminds me of Sovereign Hill, which was one of my favourite places that we went to. So I thought, oh, I have to get that one. Number 3. And then I found this one walking out the door. This one is macadamia shortbread. And this was a real Aussie one, this one. It actually has a little bit about the Australian kangaroo. And it has a little bit about the frilly neck lizard. And then on the top, it has koala bears. So I thought that was really cute too. Number 4. Now that was all the tins, right? Then my husband comes to me with this. Now, it's got fruit on it. And you know I've got a bit of a thing for fruit. But I'm not really sure how I feel about it. I think it's cute. But the purpose, it's the best thing. And I'm using it at my cross-stitch spot. So I'll just show you what it is. It's probably only from the 50s or 60s or something like that. But it's a tray with some fruit on it. And you can see I've stuck all my needle minders on it. Now this sits where I cross-stitch, but what's brilliant about it is this. It's got legs. It's got legs. So what I do is I sit this next to me with the legs out on my what do you call it, that I sit on my day bed. I have a day bed. You've seen that in my videos. So I can sit this there. I can put stuff on here, my coffee, you know, my glasses, case. I've got all stuff sitting on here. And underneath, I can put threads and my scissors and all that stuff. I spill my coffee, you know, it's all protected underneath. But yeah, I'm finding it really useful. So the kids have stolen it and eaten their dinner on it a couple of times, but that's fine. I don't mind if they use it as long as they put it back when they're finished. But it's also really good for my needle minders. So at the end of the day, I've come home with 4 tins, one that I wanted for these, but I've now got them all stuck on here. So I've just got the tins sitting on a little side table thing, and they look quite cute. So they're just decoration at the moment, but I'll find uses for them with my cross stitch stuff. But yeah, I come home with all these, all these tins. But anyway, if you're interested, we just had so much fun looking around in there. There was so much stuff and really cool stuff from when we were kids, you know, like stuff that reminded us of growing up in a house, like kitchen cups and kitchen plates and bowls and things like that we have a memory of using as kids. We were looking at stuff going, oh, remember these and remember this, and it was good fun. We had a good time walking around in there. So that's what I came home from the antique shop with as well. So yeah, but I love them. I absolutely love these. And I think I've now got a bit of a thing for tins. So who knows, maybe I'll start collecting them. I just thought they were really cute. And yeah, they're useful. You know, I can put stuff in them. So yeah, I'll find uses for them. But yeah, anyway, that's it, guys. We're done. Now, I will just quickly mention again, my giveaway will be in the next video. It'll be very similar to the last couple of giveaways I've done, with some needle minders and some patterns and some fabric and that kind of thing. I'll just whip something up, buy some things, put it all in a package together and do it. But if you think, yeah, that I should do these individually, I think I will do them individually the more I think about it. I know it's more work for me, but I don't mind. And I'll post them off to whoever wins them. Anywhere in the world. But anyway, that's coming in the next one. I don't want to spoil it. I'll keep them for the next one. I'm done, guys. Now, whew, that's an hour and 1 minute. Yeah, I knew it was going to be long. That's what happens when you don't do a video for 3 months. Fair dinkum. I can't tell you how busy I've been. It's been nuts. But I've had a lot of awesome stuff going on, you know, with my husband and I's trip, and I'll put some photos up at the end so you can have a look at that. But it's just been crazy, pretty much. And yeah, I don't know what you're going to see in the next one as far as stitching goes. I've got no idea, but if there's one thing I've learned, it's to stitch what you love. So if it's Almond Blossom and that's all you see in the next one, then so be it. I know you've all told me you don't care, you just want to see me, but what else am I going to talk about if I don't... I don't know. I don't know what I'd talk about if I just show you one thing. And I don't buy a lot of haul. I did have a lot of haul this video, but I don't normally buy a lot of stuff. So I don't know. Maybe I'll work on a few little Christmas bits and try and make some cushions or something. I don't know. I'm not making any promises, guys. I'm really not, because I'm just, at the moment, you know, and I think I kind of thought, well, just work on it. Sooner or later you'll get sick of it. And I just haven't. So, I don't know. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go. That's an hour's enough. I'm sure you're sick of looking at me. Now, it's my RDO today, so I'm hoping to be back again in 4 weeks. My roster day off today. I'm hoping to be back again in 4 weeks on my next roster day off. I definitely want to do another one soon because I want to do my giveaway, but it's just time, and it's just all the overtime. I'm still doing it. It's constant. I'm not even doing as much as they're asking for. I'm just doing what I can manage and still run a household and find some time to stitch. And I've actually cut Saturdays out now. I was doing Saturdays 7 till 1 and 7 till 12, and I've cut that out now because it was really a big chunk of my weekend, and it was 2 nights during the week. I was working from 8 o'clock till 8 o'clock 2 days during the week, and then doing that on the week. I'm just doing the 3 hours of a night now because I'm finding if I do that 2 nights a week, it gets it out the way. It's not really taking up any major time with family, or if we want to do something on the weekends, it's not, you know, hindering that. So I think I'm just gonna stick to the 2 nights a week now, which will mean I'll only be doing 6 hours a week extra. I can manage that. The money's been great, but, you know, you just spend it, don't you? It all goes. It's not like I've done anything fabulous with it. So we've done a bit of work outside. We're trying to renovate the backyard. My husband's working to try to get that done. And you know, I can help him a bit. And yeah, anyway, I'm just rambling now. I'm going. Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. Thank you so much for your patience waiting for me to put up another one. A few of you have sent me lovely messages like, I'm just seeing if you're okay and if everything's good. They've just subtly sort of said hi and is everything good. They haven't said, where's your bloody video? Get your shit together. They were very subtle about it, like, hi, just seeing if everything's okay. And I'm like, yeah, everything's fine. Thank you. God love yous. So yeah, no, it's been lovely. People have been messaging me and saying, when's your video going up? So yeah, all good. Okay, I shall see you guys soon, I hope. Really, really soon, I hope. But take care, everybody. Happy stitching. Be sure to stitch what brings you joy. And I'll catch up with you soon. Bye.